Hey, it's Joe Amoia, the Smarter Dating Guy. First thing I want to do is wish you a very happy new year. I hope this new year brings you everything your heart desires. Now, if you're like most people, you probably made a New Year's resolution, or you realize that New Year's resolutions don't work. In fact, research shows that 95% of New Year's resolutions are broken by January 15th. So I'm not a big person in wasting time or wasting energy. It's all about doing things smarter. And so what I believe, instead of making a resolution, the beginning of the year is a great time to do an assessment. So since we're talking about finding love in 2013, I think what will really help you is to do an assessment of your love life in the past. And so what you want to do is basically three things. The first thing you want to do is you want to look at your strengths. What are those things that you do really well? What are those things that you're really good at? Because what most people do is they focus on their weaknesses. I'm a big believer in that you're never going to do everything perfect, and you don't need to do things perfect to find the love of your life. And if you don't believe me, you can ask my wife, because I am not perfect by any means. But I know what I'm really good at. And I know there's some things that you're really good at that make you so special, and that's what the man of your life is going to love. That's what he's going to fall in love with, and that's what's going to want to make him stay in a committed relationship with you. So you want to know what those things are. The second thing is you want to know what your weaknesses are. What are those things that you don't do well? Do you have a habit of jumping into relationships too quick? Do you stay in relationships too long? Are you too picky? Do you say it's all about the chemistry and you let your emotions get all in front of you, and you find these guys where the chemistry is great, but they don't give you anything else you need in order for you to be happy and fulfilled? So you want to look at your past. You want to go back and look at the last year, the last couple of years. Notice any kind of patterns. Notice any of those things that you do that simply work against you. And the third thing is the most important. And that's, what do you need to learn? What do you need to do differently in 2013 to find that love that you've been looking for? See, I don't believe anything in the past is a mistake if you learn from it. I call them expensive learning experiences. And some of the most expensive learning experiences in my life have caused me to realize that I had to do some things different. I had to learn, I had to grow. And I promise you, if you take the time to make this assessment and really get clear on some of these things, it's going to help you make tremendous strides in 2013. So one of my promises to you in our opening video, our opening email for the year, was that we're going to create a movement this year. We're going to create a community. Well, one of the things we're doing is we're going to really bring our Facebook group together. And so what I'd like you to do is actually pop on over there and share your answers. If you have any challenges, you realize that, you're struggling with something, you may realize after doing this assessment that you're not good at a certain thing, or you need to learn some things differently. I want you to start sharing, and I want you to connect with your other single, smarter daters, and share with them. And really, because you're probably really good at solving other people's problems, but when it comes to your own, it's a little difficult. Well, you're not alone, I promise you. And that's what we're going to do this year, is we're going to build this community to really help you solve these problems once and for all, so you can have that relationship that your heart desires. Again, if you know someone who can benefit from this, make sure you pass it along. We're all in this together. Have a great day. God bless. I'll see you next time.